Dr. Driscoll, welcome back. Over the year, we can say there's been quite a bit of things going on. And I know a lot of people covered all these things like Fallout 76 and the bullshit that went on with that, and then how Red Dead Redemption is slow. We can go over all the bullshit everyone covered, but that's not what I'm here for. If I didn't talk about it, it means nothing. Because these motherfuckers usually pussyfoot around the topic like, oh no, I'm going to get demonetized because YouTube's being a dick face. Well, guess what? I don't get money, so I don't give a fuck. I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, how the fuck I want to talk about it. This is Bustin' Bits. Let's just get right into the shit. So today, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of speed run through all the bullshit that everyone was already talking about, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what my biggest issue is. Fallout 76. Fallout 76. Fallout 76. Everyone knows that game sucks, and you know, I would like to go into detail and probably even give you guys what I call key inputs, where I say where I feel this game should have, you know, had better in it. Fallout 76, all I want to say is, other than, you know, Bethesda killing people on the outside, like, you know, with the leaks and the rum issue and the fucking canvas bag, which you can bet that Obsidian is definitely going to take the market for Fallout, because Bethesda they're not going to do good with number 5. They're going to try to keep that creation system going into Skyrim. It's not called Skyrim, it's called Elder Scrolls. I need to bring that back. You know, they're going to keep that creation engine for a while, which is a really bad engine. So, you know, just expect even more bugs moving on, you know, as Bethesda goes down the line. That company is dead. Here's the big thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about overall how games not as fun and just overall just sucky. I played EDF, which is Earth Defense Force. The game doesn't have high graphic quality, it doesn't have high anything, it's just literally go through mission killing things. I feel that it's really good, you know, as a game. The game has over 110 missions, which is a lot to play through. The game also has a shit ton of weapons. Dude, what that's like the gold standard, and it doesn't have DLC right then and there, so I'm just confused. How did they get all this and still make a fun, enjoyable game? And then if you want to talk about graphics, okay, then let's talk about graphics. Let's talk about Yakuza. That is probably one of the best looking games I've ever seen in my fucking life, especially developed by Japanese, because Japanese always made their people look like dolls, you know, like the really smooth skin texture. But, you know, in real life, we don't got that. We got pores and scruff and all that bullshit. And, you know, most Japanese developers don't get that right. So Yakuza just looks beautiful, just faces. It's the first time I can actually say I can tell Asians apart. Bruh. That's racist? It's not racist. It's something, I can't remember the words for it, but usually if you're growing up in that, you know, environment, then you would know who looks who, you know, like how white people can't tell black people apart because they're not around black people, so they don't know distinctive features. Same thing with Asians and black people. We've never seen a lot of Asian people, so we can't tell distinctive features. It's kind of like that. It's not racism, it's just straight up facts. But I'm just confused. Who's asking for photorealism to the point where your company goes bankrupt? None of us. I don't give a fuck. I just want a fun game. I want something that takes a lot of my time. Not only that, let's talk about fighting games. And I've already said this before, and I will just keep repeating it until someone hears me out on this. Why are fighting games killing themselves by making DLC? At what point in time do you have to go, well, what do we want to put in this game? For example, Street Fighter. Street Fighter, I can't say, you know, you could unlock people before, but you kind of could, right? And then you know, they kind of put out games, and you had more people when you were, you know, more people. Okay, Street Fighter is actually a really bad example because Street Fighter's just been fucking up people's money for years. But okay, just follow me. Just let's say something like Street Fighter compared to something like. Holy shit! There's not a lot of fighting games that do that. I think Tekken. Okay. I got it. So when I was a kid, one of my favorite games was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that Capcom made on the PS. That was the end all be all for fighting games for me because it spoiled me. It showed me what fighting games should be. There was a story mode. There was mini games, so many mini games. The fighting was amazing. I enjoyed the fighting, but the mini games took away from just fighting. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for the PS, just straight up PS1, is hands down, I think, one of the best fighting games I've ever played in my entire life. But there's no fighting game out there that there's just none. There's absolutely no fighting game that has you unlock several thousand people. Okay, there's not several thousand. You start off with a small little square of people in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. About time you're done with the storyline, which, like I said, is filled with mini games and, you know, actual fighting and then like little challenge fights, you end up with, I don't know, like 50 characters. No game does that. That's the only way I would play a fighting game now. Like most fighting games I get is just because I want to, like, you know, fight my friend like 3 or 4 times and that's pretty much it. Fuck, Mortal Kombat, I go through that in like a day, so that's not good. Fighting games are on a downslope because you guys don't put anything into fighting games to make it better. Granted, I will say this, going back to Mortal Kombat has put things like mini games in their Mortal Kombat series that made it fun. Like they've had a kart racing in there before. They've had, you know, a little test your might, something, you know, fun just to break away from all the bullshit that you know, just bloody murder and fatalities. Developers, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you making all these high-priced games and sucking at it? Stop trying to steal my money. Dr. Driscoll, busting bits. I busted the bits of these developers who think that we need so detailed photorealism in the games that you want to charge us like $300 per game with the season pass and all the DLCs and a special glyph, or Call of Duty where, you know, you want to make a DLC because, you know, $1 reticles, you know, the fuck is going on? But before I go, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to give you guys a video game question because I think it's more fun to stay in tune other than just listen to me rant about some bullshit that you probably don't even give a fuck about anyway, or you've already been ranting. If I even touched how you felt, you know, dope. But, you know, this is how I feel. But the point being, let's get into this question. It's basically the world of video games, not like the outside, but like in the game. Would you rather have a linear game, you know, the one that keeps you on the rails, kind of like God of War, the old one, the one for PS2? Or would you rather have a game that's, you know, open world, like God of War, the new God of War, you know, for the PS4? You know, which one do you enjoy more? Me personally, I rather enjoy a game that's on the rails because when it's open world, then they put a lot of collectibles and I'm missing all that, and I'm not searching high and low for, you know, the anal bead of truth. Like I'm not doing it. Bustin' Bits, I'm out.
Yeah. We in this bitch. This that new Willy Wonka candy film? You get it? These is nerd bars. D&D 20, you know this shit's a critical